Hello, everyone. Welcome to San Antonio. One of my favorite places to be. They got good food here.
We're gonna drive through the city. So maybe some highways, maybe some street level. We're just gonna get out there and see what the city's about. We were here a while ago and we loved it, so we're back. Yeah, the videos didn't do too many views the last time we were here, but I feel more optimistic this time.
We did two nice of things.
Yeah, like people don't like. I like areas that are suburban and pretty, and that doesn't always
make money.
And the hoods here are there are hoods here, but they're kind of, I don't know. So we're gonna drive and show you guys a real city, the real streets. Just drive around and get a feel for the place and kind of explore it. And today we'll probably get up on some highways and just drive to the city. So if you want to see what the city's actually like, we're starting in the suburbs, which is okay. Just had Starbucks right here.
And I think we went to the Starbucks last time too.
Yeah, we were in this area last time. Suburban. We like suburban places to stay.
The Starbucks here moves very fast. I like that.
Yeah, they're very fast-working people. Interesting history about Texas. Now, if I'm wrong, you're a Texas historian, and I'm wrong or inaccurate, you have the
something called a keyboard. You can use it to make a comment.
The comment section is yours. Type whatever you want. So if I'm wrong or I'm inaccurate or the information that I have is not to your liking, you can hit the comment section and explain it in your vernacular, the way you want to have it explained. So French is just a one-way, and that's a problem because we're trying to go into town, not away from it. No, we're here though. So according to the history of Texas that I've learned, and again, if you don't agree or if it's inaccurate, you're a real Texas historian, get in the comment section and you explain it. In the 1830s, Texas outlaws the practice that America, unfortunately, is famed for, of making other people work for free. Now, the reason they did that was because the Texas was then, in that time, part of Mexico, and the Mexicans were concerned that Anglos were moving to Texas, and when they came to Texas, that they were predominantly using that practice, not because they cared about the people. And we've talked about this on our channel before, on the causes of American history. In the case of Mexico, they didn't outlaw it because they cared about the inhumane practices. They outlawed it because it was a way of people getting rich, and they were concerned. At first, Mexico allowed people to come, Anglos to settle. It wasn't a problem, but eventually, Mexico starts to become concerned with the Anglos, Celtics, and Americans that were coming to Texas because there's too many of them. So first, Mexico welcomes these empresarios, which is kind of like businessmen. They're coming here and they're setting up shop, and Mexico's happy. Why wouldn't you want a bunch of rich businessmen setting up shop in your territory? It's good. It makes for good business. So at first, Mexico was happy to have Americans. However, Americans never stopped coming to Texas. Cheap land, good opportunity, much better resources. And eventually, by the 1830s, the Mexicans had become discontent with the presence of Anglos in Texas. And in Texas, it's a word that's interesting in itself. You're not quite American, but you're not quite Mexican. The Americans, when they came to Texas, they were no longer fully American. They were Texans. And the Mexicans as well. Once they were in Texas, they're no longer fully Mexican. They're more Texan. So it's just some interesting Texas history. And again, if I'm wrong in any of this information, you have got to hit the comment section and explain it the way you see it. And so by the 1830s, Texas outlaws the practice because they wanted to put a stop to the enrichment of Anglos who are coming here and bringing with them even more people, and they were just getting too big and too powerful. And it's exactly what they did. They became big and powerful, and they took over Texas. So ironic that the same sentiments that Americans have, the same exact sentiments and laws that Americans have towards Mexicans today in the United States as a general, Mexicans had, if you look at the history, Mexicans felt the same exact way about Americans. They're like, these people are, at first they were welcomed, then they became concerned, and then they made it illegal. So, way before the American Civil War, so you understand some history here that is unique to how Texas has been kind of way ahead of a lot of historical things in this country, as far as time frame of things happening. Texas outlaws slavery in the 1830s, not because they cared about the people, but because they wanted to control the power that these people were gaining by the wealth they were obtaining through that practice. So that's way before the Civil War, and it almost sets precedent, towards maybe the United States seeing that action and then mimicking it, in the sense that America later on went on to do the same thing. And I don't believe that it was because they cared about the people. It was because of the power that these people were obtaining through this trade, that they wanted to prevent these people from becoming powerful. Obviously, if you have a group of people that are becoming powerful by submissive, subsiding, what's the word, Katie?
What?
You become powerful by making other people submissive to you. That is definitely a concern to other people who are kind of irrelevant to it, but they can see that it's a bunch of ruthless people, and you don't want people like that to get powerful. So ahead of time with that situation, and even further than to that, Texas outlaws and makes it illegal to come to Texas if you're an American. So ironic how today Americans, even from here, from Texas, have that sentiment towards Mexicans, when it was in fact Mexico who initially said, hey, you're illegal, we don't want you here. And it wasn't that there was a sentiment of initially against the people. It was that they were welcome to first, but after seeing how they were becoming powerful and mighty, and how they were multiplying and becoming many, it became a thing of a concern. So it's ironic how the sentiments that you see towards people in the United States today towards Mexicans is ironically the sentiment that Mexicans had towards the Anglos when they first started to settle in Texas. Very ironic and interesting turn of events within Texas history. And again, if I'm mistaken, you have your open comment section, as long as you're respectful. And if you're not respectful, then we're just going to delete your comment.
Yeah.
We're not talking about politics. We're talking about history here. Okay, so keep that in mind. We're not talking about your personal sentiments. We're talking about history here. We're looking at this from a social, economical aspect, so that people can understand the essence of Texans, which is almost that you're not quite American, but you're not quite Mexican. And I have American friends, many American friends that live here in Texas, and they are to a degree Mexican, even though they're Anglo, and vice versa. I know Mexicans that are from Texas and they're very American, but they're not quite, and it's vice versa. So it works the same way in terms that if you're a Texan, you're neither fully American nor fully Mexican. You're Texan. You're kind of a little bit of both, and that unites the people of Texas to be kind of like something in the middle, a little bit of both. And I was at the hotel and I noticed there was a Mexican man. Obviously, he's probably a Mexican national, but his children were born here. And then, I don't know if you caught this at the hotel. You notice a little kid that was speaking Spanish but with an American accent? When we were getting out and off the elevator, you didn't notice?
Kind of. I mean, I don't
You don't
really
want to
pay
pay attention.
attention.
It caught me off guard because the father was clearly a Mexican national, and the kids, obviously, they spoke Spanish, but they spoke Spanish with like an American accent. I just found that hilarious, and that dad's probably trying to force them to talk in Spanish, and they barely get it.
Yeah.
That's just interesting. So, Texas is a beautiful mix of these two, cultures, and this land of Texas, and probably to an extent, parts of Colorado, New Mexico, and I'm going to assume Arizona and California to an extent, and I've never been out there, so I don't know. But I'm going to assume that are places where it's a land that both the Mexicans and the Americans have wanted to live in, and the land, with great food, great culture, just this influx of different, two different cultures, but they're one. That trailer's got a flat tire in the front. Oh, it's hard to watch that. What if I can tell him? Everybody's moving over that way. He probably doesn't know. He might not know. But with 6 tires on that trailer, he's not gonna notice it. But yeah, it's a little interesting Texas history that makes Texas really different than other states. And I am having trouble with my camera mount today. This camera mount's on its last leg. It already broke, and I repaired it, so it's not working the way it should. Another thing too is like different regions out here have different foods. Texas barbecue's big. They do it their own way. Like I've noticed, like a lot of the beans are not like I like the beans like they do in the deep south. Very sweet, almost honey like. And then you have the beans the way they do it here in Colorado. Honestly, I didn't like it, and I understand that's the way they do beans in this part of the country. But when I think about barbecue, it better be that sweet like in the South. I didn't like that about Colorado either. Colorado and New Mexico barbecue. They just do their beans the way they would do their beans. But the thing is that barbecue beans are not really the way people do beans in general. It's a specific type of bean that's done for barbecue. And it's a sweet type of thing where here it's almost like sour. It's pushing more. And that's great with rice. And that's great with meat. And great on enchiladas. But I don't think it's great with barbecue. So we have a little disagreement there. Oh, dang. Took that ride down there.
Ooh.
That took that ride down there. I love how Scott Kimber dropped a video about renting vehicles from Hertz. He said that Hertz, they'll rent you a vehicle, and then they'll report the vehicle stolen. If there's any type of clerical mistake on their end, they'll report the vehicle stolen, and then you'll be traveling somewhere else, and there'll be an arrest warrant for you in a state you don't even live in that you were traveling to. And I don't like the company Hertz at all. I think they're really shady. You know how in Estero they open up a huge headquarters? Yeah.
And then cars caught fire?
Yeah, Hertz, let me tell you, Hertz is the most criminal enterprise in America. It is the Hertz car rental company. These people are absolutely, how are these people allowed to run a criminal enterprise? Because that's really what that Hertz company is, really a criminal enterprise. And they're able to get away with it. And then a normal poor American decides he wants to steal some catalytic converters or something. Yeah. And then they get put away for life for it. But
my grandpa was like, if you're gonna rent anything, rent it from budget. Yeah.
Are we past 410 yet? Yeah. We're almost to downtown?
410.
Oh, that's it right there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive into town. Let's skip on 410. Let's drive into town.
Okay.
Let's drive into town. I'm enjoying this. Although it's a beautiful, nice drive on 410 going south from here. Lots of big, expansive highways. Well, they open up that they're criminal, and how these companies are allowed to run massive criminal enterprises, and it's just freely without any consequence or anything. It's wild. But they opened up that Hertz headquarters in Estero, Florida, where we live, nearby. And they opened it. They spent millions of dollars making this giant building. People moved there for jobs and everything.
Yeah.
Real estate prices went up. The news just speculated about it. And then what did they do?
Nothing.
They closed it before they opened it. And I don't know about you, but if I have a company and I spend $200 million building a headquarters, we're using it. It's a huge write-off. And then how many cars caught fire in Lehigh? They burned, 1,500 cars, 3,000 cars?
A lot of cars.
Thousands of cars were burned up. These people literally burned thousands of cars. Literally burned thousands of cars. And of course the insurance covered it. It's like the biggest. Do you really think that 3,000 cars just catch fire in Lehigh Acres? In the middle of the dry season?
Yeah.
Mysteriously 3,000. I mean, this was a huge fire. This was like a massive fire where 3,000 cars just burned up. Huge insurance write-off.
I think what happened was they saw in the news that cars were catching fire on grass.
Yeah, and it did.
And they tried to take advantage of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a criminal enterprise. I mean, look at these things. From 3,000, I don't know, thousands of cars. I don't know how the exact number.
Yeah.
Thousands of cars burned up in Lehigh.
Yeah.
They built that headquarters they never used. Now Scott Kilmer drops this video about how they're arresting customers. They're following. Scott Kilmer even said that Indianapolis and Louisville police departments stopped taking. They basically stopped allowing Hertz to file police reports, because what the Hertz was doing was, if they couldn't get a car back, they were just occupying municipal and city police with the task of tracking down their stolen vehicles, or their lost vehicles, let's call it that. And a few police departments have actually stopped persecuting, looking for these people, because they figured out that it was kind of their responsibility to find these cars, and they were trying to dump it on the local police.
Yeah.
And overall, I mean, we could go on and on about this company, but it's a company that it's really shady, and it makes you wonder how a company that has left and right all these problems, they're really running a criminal enterprise. They ought to all get hit with a RICO case, Yeah. Every last one of those CEOs and people there, they filed for bankruptcy, but they gave millions of dollars to all their CEOs and bonuses right before they filed bankruptcy. I mean, just a criminal enterprise. They also bought millions of dollars of electric vehicles, whether Teslas, whatever. It's incredible how these companies are allowed to do that. Basically run criminal enterprises. And the regular and they get away with it. They're isolated from.
Jose, look at the used car dealerships. They put trackers in their cars so that they can get them back if someone misses a payment.
Right.
Do I think that could be done with a rental car? Yeah, they can handle their own issues.
Yeah, but they're criminals. They're running a criminal enterprise where they're ripping off the insurance companies, and who knows what they're really doing, but it's definitely not within the legitimacy of the law.
Yeah.
It's something perplexing how big companies are able to do stuff like that, and then the little guy goes straight to jail. But these big companies, they can run these criminal enterprises with complete immunity.
Yeah, like you said, people are getting arrested in their driveways.
Yeah.
they rented a car while the car was in the shop type
You want to
thing.
go to the Mexican border, Laredo? How far is Laredo?
To you, it's like 2.5 hours from here.
We'll put it on. I want to see the border. They've been asking us to go to the border. We haven't done it yet. It's early enough in the day where we can do it and run back to Houston. It'd be cool to go to the border towns. That's the one thing.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours? Do it. Laredo? Let's go to Laredo. And then from there we'll hop back into Houston. Culebra Avenue, Bandera. Of course, we don't have our passports. We can't cross over the other side. I'd love to see Brownsville. How far is Brownsville from here?
You know it's
What?
5 hours.
To Laredo?
No, from Laredo to Houston.
We'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah.
go back over here then.
Yeah.
So, how far are we from Brownsville? Try Brownsville. Laredo. Show me to me on that. We're 2 hours from Laredo.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm driving. We don't know what we're gonna do here.
4 hours from Brownsville.
And Laredo?
Laredo is like 2.5 hours.
And Laredo's right on the border?
Yeah.
Right on the border. I'm pretty sure there's Nuevo Laredo.
Nuevo Laredo is in Mexico.
Okay, and Laredo's on the border here.
Yeah.
So, oh, look at the view ahead of us.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, cool. They got a needle here.
Yeah, they got a needle. Remember, you don't remember last time?
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, we were talking about it.
Yeah. Why the crap not? Let's go to the border. Really? Show it to me on the map. GPS and show it to me on the map. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Really? 2 hours from the border?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be able to see Mexico.
And then we'll just stay here, I guess.
Yeah, we can stay here again. I love this city, bro. And we can head to Houston tomorrow. Oh, this is awesome. Isn't it ironic that we're driving to Mexico when we already have a pinata?
See, Laredo, yeah.
Laredo? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, we'll go to Laredo. From Laredo, we'll head up to Houston.
Yeah.
And if it takes all day, it takes all day.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But at least we'll get
We
footage
got an early
of
start.
Laredo.
Yeah, of course, man. That'll be our first border town. Other than the border towns and the Canada border.
Yeah. Now, I have like a plan. I was kind of wanting to wait on it till like winter. Because I want to do more northern locations, like you can't really do in winter during the summer.
We're 2 hours away.
Yeah.
We're 2 hours away. This is the trip. This has been the trip of a lifetime. This trip is better than our New York. You know, we thought our New York trip was cool.
Yeah.
This trip has been even more awesome, and it's made us more money. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, I'm planning some really cool stuff. Like, I don't always tell you everything that I'm thinking might be interesting until like I can find the right deal or whatever. Because I planned a few of the things on this trip.
We don't want to tell our parents we're going to Mexico.
My mom would be like, "What are you?"
terrified. And tell our parents we're going to the border. Is that why hotels here are kind of expensive? And I guess they're so close to the border. There's so much coming in and out.
Yeah.
Interesting. Son los consejos que me dio mi padre. Robar con las 5 manos. That's Laredo. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Laredo. We're off to Laredo. Nuevo Laredo's on the other side. What state is that? Nuevo León?
Huh?
The state on the other side is Nuevo León.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Nuevo León.
Austin is like the Miami, really. I love this city, bro. Can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
I've liked Texas a lot, and our videos, if the videos keep getting huge views,
I might even move here.
we might even move here in the future, because it does seem like, dude, our Texas videos get a lot of views. And if our channel keeps growing, we're gonna have to be like in the middle of the country. We can't be at one end of it.
Yeah.
You know? That's kind of what Alabama worked out strategically for us. So do we get to go through checkpoints and stuff on the way down there?
What?
Do we get to go through checkpoints and stuff on the way down there?
I don't know what checkpoints are.
When we, you know, like, oh yeah, there's checkpoints on the way there.
Okay.
Like where they stop you when they search you and stuff.
Okay. I don't know.
They're gonna notice that we have a pinata in the back of it.
They're gonna like make sure that
that
there's
pinata
nothing-
doesn't come back with with party supplies. Yeah. Can't believe we're doing this. Yeah, we have a pinata. A gringo pinata at that. That's... Yeah, they'll stop us and charge us and everything probably.
Okay.
And I'll get to be like, well, you're violating my constitutional rights. We're gonna violate your menstrual rights if you don't shut up. I'm like, what? This looks like Tampa. You know when you're on 275 heading south? It looks exactly like that. I crack up at the similarities between Tampa and San Antonio, bro. These cities are two identical cities. In some ways, of course, but not fully. There's not enough water around here. I heard Brownsville is growing. What up? Dude, this looks so much like Tampa.
I know, I like it.
That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to make it warmer, not colder. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This looks exactly like Tampa.
Yeah, I washed my hair this morning, and that kind of like makes you cold for some reason. Because it's rainy. I don't know why. I'm weird.
Son los consejos que me dio mi padre. No vayas nunca a México. That would be freaked out if I told everyone in Mexico. Well, we can't go into Mexico, can we?
No.
You need a passport to go in?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do.
To get back in, you need a passport. We want to make sure we get back in.
Yeah.
And we've been known to cross bridges by accident by not paying attention.
Yeah, I know.
We definitely want to make sure we don't do that. There's a place called Falfiros. Is that on the way there?
Huh?
Falfiros? Is that on the way here, or is that between here and Brownsville?
Fall feelers.
That's supposed to be. That's like the late high of the Border Girls.
No, I think it's probably over there.
Well, we've been to worse places.
Yeah.
I would love to see Mexico. I wish I could go in.
Yeah.
How about we get our passports and go in next time?
Sounds
Charlie
good.
Boo's been going into Mexico a lot, a few times lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think he does it with a drone too. So I forget about going over there. Look up, is Laredo, Texas dangerous?
Laredo as a whole is quite safe. Common sense precautions will not interfere in the city while traveling.
What's
You
that?
should avoid distance from the center and poorly lit streets. Do not get involved in drunken showdowns and all kinds of rallies.
In other words, stay the crap out of like people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we would do that. We wouldn't do that we wouldn't do that in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't do that in Charleston, South Carolina. Bro, we've lived in Montgomery, Alabama. We're
I
on
know.
point. Homeless tents right there. Look
Yep.
at the highway. Homeless tents in the middle of the expressway.
Yeah, but they got it in like a tree land area.
Yeah.
At least that's better than.
Yeah. I mean that's peaceful.
Yeah.
We're there yet? still within the city loop, or are we out of it?
We're kind of out of
Let me
it.
see.
We're like on the edge.
Yeah, we're out of it already. So 2 hours and 10 minutes we'll be in Laredo. Oh dang, but this is also driving backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should be doing this. It's definitely driving backwards. It's not driving forward. Like, this actually puts us further from Houston.
Yeah.
I guess you could hop into Corpus Christi from there.
Yeah.
To Brownsville. Might as well, we're here. I'm not going to dispute it. We're here. We're doing it. There's no rush to get back, is there?
I don't think so.
We'll be able to drive around a bunch of border towns on the edge.
Mm-hmm. Could go to that Padre Island that I've wanted to go to.
Yeah, people have been saying that's supposed to be neat. We'll do all that, yeah, before we get to Houston. Like I said, Texas has been good to us.
So we can do some.
We can do stuff here and it'll pay back, hopefully. Pero toma riesgo no gana. You don't take risks, you can't win.
Yeah.
If we're always going to play it safe, we're never going to...
Yeah.
You can't play it safe all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to take those risks, you know? There's a wrong corner right there. That's interesting.
Yeah. You're not gonna get Fun Day, but okay.
Huh?
You're gonna miss Fun Day.
Today's Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we'll get back to Houston by tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Fun Day Sunday is today's Saturday. But we'll get back to Houston tomorrow.
Oh.
So we have to work our way back.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we have to be in Houston tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
We'll get to this destination about 2 o'clock. You know, we could probably
there
be
we'll hop
there,
to Corpus Christi.
like, you know, an hour and start heading back, heading over.
Either way, in theory, we could come back to here,
Yeah.
and then from here,
Go over
it's
there.
3 hours. So it's either way, it's not a 6. We're not more than 6 hours from Houston. And out of those 6 hours, we can move at least 3 hours back today.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We're all in for YouTube right now. We have nothing else going on in our lives, so
Yeah.
it's this or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they lower the trucks out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't our truck look cool, Lord?
It would be easier for me to get in and out.
How about we lower the truck? Yeah, that makes sense. Think about how many.
There's a tornado in Wichita right now.
Yeah. Wichita.
Oh my gosh, we should go up there.
You got hit bad?
Yeah, like I'm watching video of it right now. Like major damage.
We just drove through Topeka, right?
Mhm.
We didn't go into Wichita.
Yeah. Wichita, Kansas. Yep.
That's the one city we skipped on.
Yep.
Great, the one city we didn't do videos in. Yeah, that's far from here. You know, right? We need to hit up a gas station. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, it's kind of sketchy. We need to get a gas station. We need to buy water, a lot of water. We need to buy some basic supplies and stuff. Just kind of have a little bit of everything. Gas up.
Mhm.
Look for a big gas station up ahead. Look for some buckets down here.
Yeah.
See if there's anything. A big gas station where we can fill up the gas tank, buy some waters. Maybe even buy
Oh
some
yeah, there's a
snacks.
bunch of stuff up ahead.
Look for a big gas station.
Mhm.
Oh crap, we gotta do our laundry today.
Yeah.
Or either that or buy new clothes. One of the two. Hey, do you know that Brownsville is the most obese city in the country?
Yep.
So So maybe we could go shopping there for you.
No, it's McAllen.
McAllen, isn't that around here?
It's on the bottom by South Padre. On the way to South Padre.
We should go there. Isn't that where King of the Hill TV show was supposed to be, supposedly? Like, where in Texas was the TV show King of the Hill supposed to technically be?
I thought it was like 90 miles from Dallas or something like that. The creator
Tom Landry's in Dallas, right? In Arlington?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that one. Honestly, I wouldn't mind going into Mexico. I mean, we go to dangerous places in the United States.
There's a Love's coming up in like 13 miles.
We'll go there. And keep in mind, everything bad coming out of Mexico is coming through here.
Yeah.
So we just gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna be there for. We're gonna gas up quick and grab the fleece when you can go.
Yep.
Like, you can grab the water, grab bubblegum, water. Buy some mouthwash. If they sell rum, buy a bottle of rum. I always carry a bottle of something heavy in case. So if I deal with a beggar or somebody, like, if somebody makes me uncomfortable before they approach me, I just say, hey man, you can have that. Oh snap! Oh snap!
Wow.
Snappity, snappity, snap. That's what I did in last time I went to New Orleans. Whenever I go to a big city, like where I feel like there's gonna be somebody approaching and make me feel uncomfortable, I'll $10, $12. You can buy a small little, something you can carry in your pocket that's sealed, and if somebody makes me uncomfortable, I'll just give it to them as a, get out of my way gift, So that's a trick I've picked up in New Orleans. Just give somebody a little flash size type of something, a little fireball or something. Hey man, there you go, try that, and that kind of. It's worked for me.
Yeah.
Like, if you're walking down an alleyway or something, and somebody makes you uncomfortable, you got a little, First, that person's gonna think you're a cool dude because you're walking around with a freaking bottle of whiskey in your jacket. And two, that's probably what they were looking to hurt you for anyways. And three, it lets them know that you were on to them already and that you're gonna have to break them off, which is kind of what most people just want to break you off on something. So if you break them off already, it's worked for me in the past. I'm not gonna say it's gonna make every situation better, but if you're in a tight spot and somebody's already making you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, there's still like mobile homes and kind of like little hill-looking houses out there on the outskirts. There's also a lot of desperation out here. I feel like, from what somebody told me, that once you get out here, there's a lot of desperation because you got people that just crossed over here. So when it comes to opportunism, like, they need money to get, gas money or, taxi money. They're desperate. Like, they'll do anything to get through here. There's a lot of desperation out here. Like, somebody will actually just opportunity to take anything they can because they have to get out through here. That looks pretty rough back in there.
Yeah.
Kind of on the outskirts, but it definitely looks rough. That down there looks pretty rough. We gotta get our passports.
Definitely.
Going to Canada, going to Mexico.
Our parents would definitely feel better about Canada.
Canada! Opa Mexico City!
Your dad would, like, when it came to that, he'd be like, oh, I'm getting you a Canada shirt. I'd rather you go to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Canada, they like maple syrup, eh?
Uh-huh. some people, but definitely not him.
Let's not worry.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Where I'll call him before I post pictures on Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah.
Call him, be like, hey Dad, we were in Mexico earlier. We're back.
Yeah.
It sucks that we can't actually go into Mexico without papers.
Huh?
Without papers, we can't actually go into Mexico. So, by the way, super suspicious. We're from Florida. We have no real explanation to why we're out here. We don't have a legitimate explanation to why we're out here. We're from Florida, and we have an empty pinata in the back. We don't have kids. We don't have any kids, but we have an empty pinata in the back. We have an empty pinata. We don't have any kids. We're in a truck that looks like Grandpa's truck, but there's a subwoofer in the back mysteriously out of place. We have enough clothes for a month.
We have a YouTube channel where we drive around.
Exactly. But when you pull up to one of these inspection sites, if they pull us over, and they're like, why do you have a pinata that has nothing inside?
Because it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's Woody. It's not like it's like a princess or like or a Batman. It's a freaking Woody. We have a pinata with nothing inside of it. If that's not suspicious, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? You're a Border Patrol agent, and you just randomly pull somebody over for a random inspection. Or they're speeding, you pull them over. And they happen to have an empty pinata. No kids, just a young couple from Florida, no kids. And they happen to have an empty pinata in the back. How close are we to this gas station?
Not far. Like, less than 5 minutes.
Oh, I didn't take my medicine this morning. Can you get it for me?
Sure.
There's a Whataburger there.
I've seen this Bill Miller barbecue everywhere.
Yeah. All I'm saying is a little suspicious. So we have a month's supply of dark clothes, a pinata, 2 toe straps and a pinata.
Yeah.
What's in the trunk? 2 toe straps and a pinata. We're in Lyle. Los consejos que me dio mi padre.
Dude, why wouldn't she remove the little cotton thing?
You don't have to eat the cotton.
You don't have to touch the cotton. Other than to remove it.
Marina, cotton.
Dude, why do you have the air conditioner on?
Stay cool.
The sun's not out. It's fine.
All I'm saying is, if I was a Border Patrol agent, I would pull me over right about now. Why? Can you imagine that? Why are you taking a pinata to Mexico? That's like the first thing.
We're not going to Mexico.
We're heading towards Mexico. You're heading towards. Hey, maybe I need to call my family, make sure there's nobody over here I need to pick up. Make sure we don't have to pick up anybody. Just call home. Hey, is there anybody in Laredo we need to pick up? As messed up as that sounds,
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt there's somebody related to me just waiting for them, somebody to pick them up. Like, hey man, we're in Laredo. Come pick us up. Actually, there might be some.